A green smoothie is my favorite breakfast or healthy snack because it's quick, it's easy, and you can pack so many servings of whole fruits and veggies into just one nutritious glass. Now, making smoothies in a Vitamix is a whole new experience because you get a gorgeous creamy texture. Anything from soft tomatoes to rock-hard frozen fruit is pulverized in seconds. Now, if you're creating your own smoothie like this, it's really important to add the liquids first, and then the solids, and then place the ice on top. That way the ice can help push the other ingredients down into the blades so everything gets blended quickly and evenly. You can set the machine to variable speed 5 or select the smoothie setting. Now, the longer the machine runs, the finer the blend, so be careful not to overprocess. This smoothie only needs about 60 seconds before it's ready to enjoy. And there you go. That gorgeous green color is amazing. Fresh, creamy, healthy, and absolutely delicious. You can make delicious juices in your Vitamix with whole fruits and vegetables, and they're actually more nutritious because you're getting the maximum nutritional value as well as all that healthy fiber. There's also no waste, and cleanup's a lot easier too. Now, most whole produce can be blended to an ideal juice consistency, like this carrot orange apple juice. Even though it contains whole orange, apple, carrot, and pineapple, including the tough pineapple core, it only takes about 30 seconds of blending before it's ready to drink. You're going to want to use your tamper here to guide everything through the blades. Now, I love whole blended juice, but if you want a pulp-free juice, just use a filtration bag or some cheesecloth to strain it. A Vitamix juice. It just doesn't get any better. Homemade nut butters in the Vitamix are quick, easy, fresh, and taste amazing. And the best thing is you can control the quality, the freshness of the nuts and oils, the sugar levels, and the texture. Now, you can use any kind of nuts you like: peanuts, cashews, almonds, macadamias, or even make this chocolate hazelnut spread. You'll want to use your tamper to help guide the nuts toward the blades. Now, don't be afraid to get in there. If you have the lid firmly in place, the tamper will never hit the blades. It only takes a minute to get the right consistency, so when you hear a little chugging noise, you know it's ready. You don't really want to run the machine much longer than that to protect it from overheating. Nut butters come out of the machine warm and smelling delicious, so they're perfect for toast, sandwiches, fruits, and veggies. This will keep in the fridge for a couple of weeks, but my guess is it'll be gone in a day. You can make delicious milks in your Vitamix by blending a variety of nuts, seeds, grains, and even coconut with water. It's quick and easy, and the best thing is you can control the quality and the flavor, and there's no additives or preservatives. Now, these milks are fantastic unsweetened for baking or all kinds of savory recipes, but you can always sweeten them to taste. Now, cashews and macadamias yield a milk that's incredibly smooth, but with other nuts and grains like these soybeans, you're going to get some texture. You can enjoy it like this, or strain it through the filtration bag for smoother milk. Homemade milks. Fresh, nutritious, and so easy. The Vitamix can blend almost anything, so you can make a huge array of dips and spreads. Now, a lot of recipes call for chunky, whole ingredients, so just use the tamper to push those ingredients down toward the blades. Just remember to always use the tamper with the lid firmly in place. Now, the longer you run the machine, the finer the consistency. So if you want a more chunky, rustic texture, just process for less time. This silky smooth, creamy hummus is delicious as a dip or spread on sandwiches and looks absolutely gorgeous. One really amazing feature of the Vitamix is that the blades are so fast, they can heat up ingredients with just friction alone. So you can make all kinds of delicious hot soups and serve them right out of the machine. Now, you can process your soup manually or just use the soup program. The machine starts to heat up the ingredients after about 3 minutes, and in about 5.5 to 6 minutes, it's piping hot. Now, the Vitamix makes silky smooth purees, but if you want a chunkier texture, just drop in a few ingredients at the end of the recipe and pulse a few times. A Vitamix soup is a quick, easy, healthy meal the whole family can enjoy. You can make amazing frozen desserts in your Vitamix. First, add your liquid ingredients. Use the tamper to push everything toward the blades. Don't worry, the machine is powerful enough to tackle even rock-hard frozen fruits like these peach slices. Run the machine for as long as your recipe recommends. It's usually between 30 to 60 seconds, or press the frozen dessert setting for automated processing. When the machine stops, take a peek inside. You should see 4 mounds. If the blend looks more like a milkshake, just add some ice cubes and then quickly process until smooth. And there you go. Delicious homemade frozen treats in seconds. One of the many great features of the Vitamix is that you can use it much like you would a food processor to chop practically any kind of food. You can dry chop or wet chop with this machine. For ingredients like cheeses and olives, use the dry chop method. Place the ingredients in the container and process them on a low variable speed, or you can drop them through the opening in the lid while the machine is running. When you need a more precise cut, like to shred cabbage for salads or potatoes for hash browns, you're going to get the best results using the wet chop method. To do this, put the ingredients in the container and add just enough water to lift them above the blades. The water will help pull the ingredients down for a uniform cut. Drain the potatoes and set them aside. For the best chop, process 1 cup of food at a time. And for both the wet and dry techniques, just turn up the speed to adjust the texture from coarse to fine. You can also chop different ingredients at the same time. One of my favorite things to do is throw in some carrots, onion, and celery, which makes a fantastic healthy soup base in seconds. Trust me, try chopping in your Vitamix and you'll see that healthy food prep in the kitchen just got a whole lot easier. Homemade dressings are so easy to make in your Vitamix, and the best thing is they're fresh, and you can completely control the flavor and texture. Now, some Vitamix recipes have you emulsify the oil with other ingredients by placing everything in the container and then blending. But for this dressing, I'm going to slowly pour the oil through the lid opening while the machine runs at a low variable speed. That looks amazing. Now, it's fun to experiment with different vinegars, juices, and herbs. Play around and get creative, because there's nothing better than when someone asks you where you got that fabulous dressing, and you can say, I made it. You can use your Vitamix machine to make batters for all kinds of delicious baked goods and breakfast treats like muffins, quick breads, pancakes, waffles, and crepes. Now, to get the best results, there's just a couple of tips to keep in mind. First, add the ingredients in the order listed in the Vitamix recipe. Or if you're using your own recipe, the liquid ingredients go in first, then the solids. That way, the liquids can help pull the other ingredients into the blades for even mixing. You also don't want to overmix. Just blend all the ingredients together until everything is just moistened and combined. And the best part is, the container spout will help you pour the batter straight into your muffin tin, bread pan, or onto a hot griddle with no mess at all. You gotta love that. Did you know you can make flours in your Vitamix? And all you need is your favorite whole grain, like wheat, rice, oats, or spelt. Now, I'm going to make whole wheat flour using 2 cups of wheat berries, which should yield about 3 1/4 cups of flour. So add the grain to the container and put the lid on firmly. Now, I've already selected it to variable 1, and I'm going to turn the machine on and increase the speed to variable 10. Now, the longer the machine runs, the finer the flour will be. This should really only take about a minute. Now this will keep at room temperature for about a month, or in the fridge for 2. And you can even freeze it for up to a year. So you can always have homemade whole grain flour whenever you need it. Vitamix can make silky smooth purees or thicker sauces like this fresh tomato sauce. Here's a couple of tips that'll help you fine-tune the texture of any recipe. Now, adding the ingredients in the order listed in the Vitamix recipe helps to give you the smoothest, most efficient blend. And using a tamper will also help you process whole ingredients. Don't worry about being too delicate. When the lid is on tightly, the tamper won't hit the blades. For smooth purees, just select the puree setting. Now I'm done, but if you want a sauce with more texture, just lower the speed at the end of the recipe and add a few more ingredients through the lid opening. To retain that rustic consistency, transfer to the stove, simmer, and serve. The best thing about the Vitamix is that it's a self-cleaning machine. You gotta love that. Just fill the container about halfway with warm water and add a couple of drops of dish soap. Turn the machine from 1 to 10 and run for about 30 to 60 seconds, or select the clean setting. The power of the machine helps to remove residue from around the blades and the sides of the container. Pour the soapy water over the lid and rinse well. If needed, wipe the base of the machine with a soft, damp cloth so it's ready to use again.